Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Weeks.
Radiant team pick.
Dazzle.
Radiant team pick.
Queen of Pain.
Dire team pick.
Lone Druid.
Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team pick.
Bat Rider.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into the Shanghai Major Open Qualifiers. It is EWolves versus that of Team Unknown, aka Infamous, here in the last game of the Open Qualifiers. Will EWolves finally get over the hump and get through a grand final here in the Open Qualifiers, or will Team Unknown, aka Infamous, play spoiler to that of the other Peruvian squad? These questions will be answered as we jump into the game. We're into the draft. My name is Bob. Thank you so much for joining us today. It has been a lot of fun these past couple of days, past 4 days, in fact, casting for all of you. We're getting ready to go. We're getting ready to get back into it. It's really just the calm before the storm, honestly. GG qualifiers are about to begin. You already have China on them. A couple of games have started there. And of course, that means that there will be some NA games as well, which I'll be covering tomorrow in Dota TV with hopefully a good co-caster, perhaps Purge. I don't know. Who knows, dude? Honestly, I have no idea. All that I do know is that after this game, we'll have What the Duck, which will be our beginning segment for Moon Duck Chill. So if you want to hang out with us, you can definitely do it here. We'll have a lot of cool people coming in. Jenkins will be our first guest, I believe, to this evening, so that should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. I have been a little burnt out on these past 4 days, but I may continue and stay on What the Duck anyway, so I may have to decide whether or not I'm actually going to do that. But enough about that. Let's jump into the game. We've got a Batrider, Queen of Pain, and Dazzle pickup coming out on the side of Infamous. On the EWolves squad, we have the Undying Lone Druid Viper pick as well. So grabbing an Atun hero. Van has done that twice so far. He picked TA last game. He's picking the Viper this game. Not to say that Van, is stealing from Atsun, but these are the heroes that are most notable for his play. Omni picked up, and more likely than not, an offlane position. Perhaps? I'm not sure. Actually, no, it's a support position, because the Batrider, rather, is going to go offlane. Omni support with Dazzle. It's a lot of healing. Repel's very good. I don't know if it's the best against Viper Strike, but Guardian Angel is just a good ability that you can't really pass up. The problem is that how effective is Omni Knight going to be? He can't really roam. He can kind of sort of set up kills with Purification.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't know. It's tough. It's not the easiest thing in the world, is all I'm going to say. He's not super good against Undying either. Against Lone Druid, he's not that great either. I don't think you can... I'm not sure how some of the interactions work. CM is going to get picked up, and that's pretty good. Frostbite, Freezing Field. You're not going to get up close to a CM and purify her down, so you're going to have to hope the Batrider Queen of Pain can do the job with a Sonic Wave, or get close enough so you can get a Purification off, or you can get a Shadow Wave off close to her while she gets her ultimated. I think I like EWolves draft a little bit more because I'm a bit concerned about how the Omni Knight's going to play into effect here. And with that said, I will now open a beer. Done. The last game of the night, the last game of the Open Qualifiers calls for celebration. I want to give a big shout out to all my friends on VEC who played a great day of Dota 2. Big concern they were going up against Unique Technique earlier. It was the team that knocked them out in the first bracket, but they showed that they could play with the best of them. They took it to game 3 up against this Infamous squad. And if Infamous do go through, the only team they would have lost to in this tournament would be the, of course, winners, the grand finalist winners. So definitely nothing to scoff at. But we could talk about VEC for days. However, the important thing to note is that whoever wins this is going to be playing up against DC, I think, at the first game of the regional qualifiers. That is not an easy team to go up against right now. I think a lot of people don't give DC the credit that they're due. Again, I could be talking out of my ass, and then DC could get handled in the first game of the entire tournament, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I think Yuar is playing on an exceptional level. I like TC's playstyle. He's played really well recently. I like the support duo they've got now. I feel pretty good about their chances coming out of the qualifiers. And then again, you do have Complexity, which is a very strong team. Chessie's now been added to the group, and he's a very good player. Then again, top 2 do move on from the qualifiers. So even if they don't make it through in the top or upper bracket, there's a good chance, even though DC actually lost in the lower bracket, I believe, in the last major, chance they can still get through. I know about DC. These two teams are worried more about their tournament life than anything else. It would be a crushing, soul-crushing blow to EWolves for them not to get through this grand final after losing the grand final to Mischief 2 days ago. That's something I can't even imagine. And they're going to have to do it up against the Razor now, which has proven to be a pretty good hero so far today. Very strong against Razor. Or Viper. Yeah, I'm losing it. And pretty good against Lone Druid as well. Not that bad of a pick. I think this hero is fine. You get a good old phase, drum, SNY type of build that Merlini went. He actually had a great time with this hero. He almost won with it in the third game, I believe, of that series. It was the second game that he won with it.
5 seconds.
He actually was a Razor in the third game too. He was second game was Bloodseeker, third game he was the Razor. Okay.
Time.
58 seconds left in reserve time now. We'll see what EWolves want to grab for the last pick. They have both of their supports. They have Lone Druid more than likely in the safe lane, Viper more than likely in the mid lane. This means that an offlaner for Smash is going to be required. And Beastmaster was unsurprisingly banned out by the Peruvian squad of Infamous because Smash has played Beastmaster a lot this tournament. It's not really a shocker to anybody if you've been watching the squad. Beastmaster is in fact banned out. So
Weaver.
this is a hero that I was not expecting. I was not expecting Weaver, and if he's in the offlane, that's going to be even more unexpected. As it is an EWO Lone Druid, and an offlane Smash Weaver. A lot of eggs in your basket. A Desolator Carrier, which should be pretty useful. There's not that much armor with the exception of a Dazzle if you could sweep off. Maybe a Razor as well. Yeah, and I think armor reduction is a pretty critical ability / item to have. And he's very slippery. It's hard to get a lasso off on him. He can time-lapse away if you get a blink in. He can Chikuchi away if you blink in. He's not the easiest target to find. And he's also an actual Lincoln carrier. That's another thing. He carries Lincoln spheres. You don't see it often because a lot of people like to go for pick up Treads Aquila and a Desolator. That's my build. But realistically, if you go for the old school build, you'll get Lincoln Sphere first. That's like one of the main items you pick up. And so I guess you could go that route if you want to. Will he? I have no idea. But let's get into the game, everybody. We are in with Team Infamous versus EWolves. On Infamous, we'll have Excel on the Dazzle. We have Kotaro Ayama on the Razor. Atun playing the Queen of Pain. We'll have Zetok playing the Omni Knight, and that will leave Greedy on the Bat Rider. God, fake nicking is the worst thing in the world. I'm sorry, I really dislike it, but well, you know, whatever, it's fine. And Smash will be playing the Weaver on the EWolves squad, Sia on the Undying, Ewo on the Lone Druid, Van on the Viper, and Misoku playing the Crystal Maiden. You see how fast I ripped through that one? Because everybody is really nicked correctly, and it allows me to get off the quicker name calls. So there'll be some 4-man-ish aggression down in this bottom jungle. Maybe for a Tart to find Frostbite to go first, and maybe Crystal Nova actually, followed by Shikuchi and a couple of right clicks. But in the end, that's not actually going to be the case. As well, you can see Atun sitting nearby, but he's in the tree line. He's got his no talisman and bought a full set of tankos instead of getting 2 pooled. Azim will be picking up Boots of Speed as a 4 support. You already have the same that could be said for Bat Rider. He's not a 4 support, but he picks up a ward and Boots of Speed as well. And it's going to be a Wraith Band, 2 tangos. It's going to be a safe lane Quap, it looks like. And he might get caught out. There's the Frostbite coming through. He can blink away. He'll do it in time. But he's on the higher ground. They see him there clearly. The blink is on cooldown for 12 seconds. And the right click will do enough for Smash to get the first blood. Losing your voice indeed, Miss Quap. I understand what you're going through, and that's a bit rough for you. She walked right into everybody down to this bottom maroon spot area and says, oh, crap, I'm dead. Static Link will go, and Van is going to back himself away. He goes for the poison attack first. Lost 15 damage out of that, but still. The good thing about Viper is that with Nether Toxin and poison attack, you do a little bit of extra damage because you don't need that base damage that early on. I mean, it's good, but that's also the good thing about Razor, though, is that Viper has one ability, and that's attacking people. And Omni almost died bottom. I almost missed it, but Zetok's fine nonetheless. Back towards mid. Atsun, is it actually Kotaro Hayama Razor? I think it might be, because K for Kotaro Hayama, I think that's case. And then that is going to be the Atsun Queen of Pain. And right now she's not having a great time. He is not having a great time. Van will get another static leaf, lose 17 damage, but it'll chunk down Kotaro Hayama's HP here, although Kotaro Hayama having a great time. Van now sitting at 2 last hits, but the Nether Toxin not helping him get last hits, really, and he'll get this one. As he was losing some damage. Another static thing could go. And down bottom, again, look at this damage. You might have to blink away that decay going through at a 440 HP out of 400 total. And it's not like the zombie's helping either. He's like, oh, I could use Purification, level 1, it's only 90 healing. And that's not that great for that much mana to spend unless 100 mana, so. Top lane, how is Ewo doing? Sitting at 2 last hits, 3 coming out for the Batrider, so not much happening here. Meanwhile, you're going to see the Dazzle go ahead and stack up. I liked what Cap did when he was playing the Tusk. I almost said the Walrus. It's just about the same thing anyways. Uh-oh, Purification's gonna go, and well, Zetox in trouble. Frostbite on cooldown for 3. They're gonna chase him down. There is boots, but Soku's just gonna be in range. He'll get it off, and this should be a kill. Frostbite does a lot of damage. Purification was just up, but he didn't have the animation to work with it, and he'll go down, getting a kill to Sion the Undying. Not great. So what I was talking about was Cap was playing the Tusk, and he actually... Well, hold on, I thought there was going to be a... No, it's fine. He's playing the Tusk, and he would pull the creep wave here. He would Ice Shard here, so they would be stuck behind the Ice Shards. They would walk all the way around, and thus pulling the creep wave back up into this way, and so actually having a mid-pull, a reliable mid-pull, too. You could get it every time. And only later on in the rounds did teams realize, like, that's a thing that we should probably avoid. We should probably ward that. We should maybe, like, not let that happen. That was something that they took care of pretty quickly. Top lane, no Entangle coming out for the Spirit Bearer. It's only level 2, as you can clearly see. On the other side, Smash Shetting at level 3. He's got some good farm. 17 last hits. He'll steal a couple of jungle creeps, and probably this wave more than likely. You can see the Purification will go and Smash like, I don't give a damn, a Weaver. You think that actually does anything for me? Tombstone dropped down. And Ascian is forced to blink all the way into the tree line. He's going to eat his way through. He's using all of his tangers. They see him. They know that he's there. Oh, Decay's gonna fly out. He's barely gonna live, even though that bug is doing a lot of damage. He gets another Decay off. That's a kill, but Sia's sitting very far back here. I think it's some health back, though. He gets a double Decay. Oh, the Purification now. Sia's blocked. He's blocked in. Oh, no. Can they kill him? Can they bring him down? He's got a lot of HP. He'll use his Fairy Fire. Can he get Ozzy? No. And Smash backs out prematurely to get last hits. I know that feel. You want a last hit. You don't know if that's going to be a kill. But Smash actually misses the last hit on that Queen of Pain, as well as on that frickin' Omni Knight. So that's pretty exciting. Uh-oh, Kotaro Hayama in trouble. Fairy Fire's up. No. That was a good try.
You'd be immune.
Ow, that's a stack and a half, huh? Oh, look, here comes the bear.
Is under attack.
He says, no, sir, I don't think so. You ain't taking this stack. He sees it clearly. He probably also saw Batrider there with the stack near him.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Uh-oh. Look out. Uh-oh. Time to grave? There it is. Now the Frostbite comes out. See you later. Excel, you're a good dude, but Smash will get the last hit, and now his Midas is that much closer to completion. I feel like EWolves have a good chance here. 4-1's the score, a net worth lead of 15 armor. Almost 2,000, really, is the biggest thing. It's not like this Batrider's getting that much. He did take the stack down, but he's only up to 800 gold without Tranquils, and he was going to back away. The bear will chase him down. Orb of Venom, it's up there. Take it. Oh, gets the Entangle proc. I don't know if it's enough to kill. It's going to be close. One more Entangle proc, not there. Almost getting the kill, but not quite. Mid lane, Austin's rotated in. Ban is sitting out. How many last hits? 11. And that is the good news coming out for the squad of Infamous. They have 28 last hits to the 11 of the Viper. And this is the matchup you want when you're going up against a Viper. As an expert Viper player, this is what you want. All right, this is a good matchup. Any other matchup, screw it. Don't do it. Good physical damage, draining damage, armor reduction later on down the road. Good magic damage as well if you need it. If you didn't go for that good old point and corrosive skin early on down the road. Uh-oh. Oh, misses the Decay. That's awkward. Top lane. Gets to the first hit Entangle. Admiral Bulldog. What a legend. Ewo channeling his inner donger gets the kill. Oh, fight ruined. Mid lane. They drop the tombstone, but there's 4 heroes in the vicinity. Fans like, we need to back the frick out. This will lead Smash down bottom to get some tower damage up. And his Midas has been completed. He's got level 3 Shikuchi 1 point and the Swarm 1 point in Jamida. He's also got his time lapse up ready as well. Meanwhile, South Lane, another tower being taken. He pops the rabbit, EWO going to work. No Savage War though, screw that ability. And Ozzy's gonna try to pull this group wave off the tower. Not that there is one anymore. It's in deny range in 20 hits, or 20 HP. They won't force it into that point though. Is there a siege creep coming? There is. So now he's pretty screwed unless he can kill that siege creep before he actually gets to the creep, or before he gets to the tower. First hit root onto Asden. Will go ahead and purify himself, but here comes Kebab, aka the legend Greedy, who has his lasso, and he gets it off. No Savage Roar was available. He popped the rabbit, however, and EWO in trouble. There's the entangle coming through. What a root. And EWO thought about going back in, but said, I don't really want to lose my Bear or my life, and so he'll back away. Meanwhile, down bottom, they catch out Atsun again. How disastrous. And here goes this tier 1 tower down bottom. No glyph coming through. It's not available. Top lane, EWO grabs a kill on the Omni Knight. Bottom tower has been taken. Mid tower is getting pushed in. Misoku will throw up the Crystal Nova. Van's back in. He does have his Viper Strike. Van will be going certainly for the mech like he did in, actually, like Otson did in the first game. And Kotaro will grab this bounty rune. I feel like this game is spiraling out of control rather quickly for Infamous. They've got to get something done. Razor's not farming well enough for the rest of his team to be actually in this position. If you look at where this Quap is in net worth, it's not great. Although the Viper's not much better, as you can clearly see. The 2-2's already getting pressured. Smash is sitting on what? Probably boots, I would hope. Actually not, just sitting on a regular belt of strength. His treads are available to be completed. Decay will fly out. There's 3 heroes bottom line. There's the Viper Strike. He does pop a repel. The TP coming in. They'll have to back away. Soul Rip's up and ready for Sia. He'll use it in just a moment. It looks like there it goes. But here comes big bad Kotaro. Gets a double kill with the plasma field. Now they'll take down the tombstone. Might even get a triple. He will. I lied. Kotaro is well enough. Absolutely carry this game on his back. He's absolutely gigantic. First hit root, no. Second hit root, no. Third hit root, no. Fourth hit root, he's gotta be. I see it coming, baby. Nope. Fifth hit root, come on. No, he didn't get that far.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh god, Evo's dead, dude. He's mega dead. Frostbite has to go right now. Treatment Pain not there in time. Repel was not there as well. Jump in. They'll get Misoku. Will they get Ewo? No. They'll TP out. Alright, so how much gold did they get out of that? Wow, they got 2,500 gold from that fight for Kotaro Hayama. That's pretty good. That's what happens when you dive the tier 2 tower, you know, like 8 minutes into the game. You're not that far ahead, guys, I hate to tell you. Ash is back up there with 1,700 gold in the bank. No boots yet. Not that it really matters. He is Weaver, after all.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's a smoke that is picked up by the Quap, who is desperately trying to find some semblance of farm now with Treads, Null Tally, Magic Stick, and Bottle.
Dire's middle tower is under
What does Ewo have? 800 gold, Midas, he's dealing pretty good for himself. No Talon, though, which I find a bit disconcerting, but here's the Smoke Gang coming in. It's probably a dead Lone Druid. He needs to back now if he wants to live. And it's good timing. Pretty good timing. I can still dive this, however. He even uses his true form, which will make him a bit tanker to 1100 health. On the other side, he gets a nice ward down. They do not see anybody in the jungle, so they have to be a bit concerned as to where the rest of the Radiant squad actually is.
I'm in your debt.
Perseverance. What'd I tell you, man? It's a Lincoln Spear build for the Weaver. I told you. I called it. I'm sure it is. They're gonna kill the Razor. Tombstone will get dropped and he needs to leave now. Actually, they just wanted to clear the stack. They're like, we can't kill the Razor. Let's clear the stack. Alright, get the fuck out now. Let's just leave. Get him, Ewo. Get that first hit root. Oh, baby. Doesn't do enough damage, but still. It's pretty cool. This bear gets Radiance. This game gets out of control if they're not back in it by that point. Perseverance done. Recipe is 1,300 if he wants. It's like 1,375, I think. 2,100 for that ultimate orb as well. So Smash is going to get that Lincoln Sphere. He will not get lassoed. He can also put it on other people too, which is pretty nifty if he's nearby in a team fight. Van is actually doing really, like, not great for how well he's played this game. Nope. Nope. Get Austin. That's the one. There you go. You got him, buddy. Purification. They pop the Shadow Wave. That actually does a lot of damage to the bear. Also has 31 damage missing from the static link.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Deny the tower, though. Mission accomplished down bottom. You can see the smash going to work here on this tower. Now it's 1,200 gold. Blink is done, however, and this is when the game gets a bit easier. Team Infamous. 3D picks up his blink. He'll reveal it in a moment when he gets a smoke up, and he'll try to go with the rest of his team and find something. And what will that be exactly? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But Ewo gets that radiance pretty soon. This game gets very hard. No Roche being taken yet, by the way, which is kind of interesting. They're going to get the Desolator later into the game, so they can't take it quite quickly yet. They do have a Viper, but he's not doing the most damage in the world. He went for the more defensive corrosive skin build. He did put 3 points in a poison attack, but I feel like Nether Toxin is actually just better. Uh-oh, Lasso's up, smash in trouble, Sonic Wave, and well, he's dead, and Sia will fall next. He'll try to get up the TP scroll. Actually might make it, he does, just barely. They only lose one of the Tombstone. Could have been a lot worse. I've said that a lot this tournament, but it definitely could have. TPing top is Ewo, looking just for the space to farm. It's mighty back off in about 6 seconds. He's getting ever so close to that relic. It's relic, really. That's what we're looking for.
The armor of omniscience.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't know about this, Sia. I'm not sure this is a great idea. He even popped his Fairy Fire a little early. He's got Soul Root, but he's not really near a creep wave. Van will TP in. Miracle's definitely not the target. They're trying to find and flounder and see who they can get, and well, it might be Kotaro Ayama. Viper Strike is instead going to go on to Playmate, who will just go ahead and TP out, so that's awkward. This is Excel. Microsoft Excel. What was that? Was weird. Root! Oh, Ewo, I see you. I see you, buddy. Nature is not for the weak, that's true. Have you ever gone camping when you're not prepared? God, that's terrible. It's a bad idea. Don't do it. Next now, done for the Viper. Top lane, Ewo might get ganked here. The Weave is going to go, and he's going to try to TP out. I don't think he's going to make it. They actually have no stun. Just kidding, he's fine. I thought the Bat Rider was there for a second. It's like, oh wait, he's dead. Huh. So where do you go from here? You had a 5,000 net worth lead that is now dwindled down to 2,500. Your Lone Druid's farming particularly well, but I guess your Reaver is too. Your Viper is a little bit behind. Not the worst. 3.4k, he's getting close to that relic. And... no, dude, buy the ultimate orb. You want to buy the ultimate orb, dude. Buy the ultimate orb. Can you buy the ultimate orb from the side shop? You can't anymore. You used to be able to. They changed it. He realizes this. He's seen the error of his ways. And so he will head to the secret shop. Smoke of Deceit to reveal the Blink Dagger, which might have already been revealed beforehand. It seems like Ewo knows that this is happening. The gem will actually come out on the Radiant side, interestingly enough. Not sure if that's necessary. There's Yasha picked up the Razor. Sarayama. He's right next to this bear. He'll static link it. The bear is probably dead. I think you just have to resign or something. That you can resummon it. He's gonna try to. There's nowhere for you to run, little bear. You're either going to go and die. Oh, just kidding. You ran out. All right. Well, sometimes towers are more important. You know. Smash is like, fuck it. Let's just do roast then. And that'll be the case. You already used your Midas for some of the bear. Use the bear. Use the bear. There you go. Good stuff.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Couple of TPs. They know this is happening, it looks like. I mean, they don't have any wards here on the river, which is interesting, so I don't know how they know, but they have some inclination that this is actually happening. By the time, however, that they get there, this is already going to be a dead roast. They'll leave it up. Ozzy will try to walk in, and it's just not going to work. They'll use the Tombstone. They'll drop some Swarm Bugs. Smash will pick up the Aegis, and just like that, they smoke out of the pit, which was not seen. And now Masoku will lead the way with only him. He'll drop down a Sentry Ward, which is looking for the ward on the river, which is not there. pretty good trade coming out for them. Relic done, and he's getting ever so close to that Radiance, baby.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Ancient stack, I don't know, Van.
Tower is under attack.
There's no tombstone here for the creeps to tank. Got 20 seconds in that bad boy. I'm not sure this is the right play. It's not like there's an observer ward. I'm sure it's fine. Being facetious. Lincoln's is done, so still no boots, but he's got a Lincoln's and a Midas, so that's pretty good. Gives him good regen. Okay damage. It's really more about the regen though, and the obviously spell shield, spell block, if you will. See who he puts it on. Not that it matters. Another smoke perhaps coming out for the Radiant team. Come on. I'm gonna tank it up a little bit. He can't. It's down for 4 minutes. Made a mistake. No one on the courier either. So yeah. Infamous do not have a smoke for 5 minutes. There is, however, an SNY now on the Razor. Kasar Hayama knows the item build on this here. Although Bay's SNY drum is what I like, but he went for treads instead. I guess that makes you tankier if you go for strength treads. You're pretty much really hard to deal with.
A golden thread.
I'm kind of messing around with the camera, so if it looks really bad, I do apologize. Put this a little bit further back. There we go. Uh-oh. Oh, God. What a Shadow Wave. Radiant's now done. Do they fight? They have Aegis. Smash has it. He also has time lapse. Not sure if he needs to use that. He's actually gonna have to regen up a little bit. Masoku will TP back to the tower as he almost was caught out by a weave. The bear will chase a couple heroes down. No first hit entangle, sadly. Maybe gets the second one now. Nope. No such luck. No. They want this tier 1 tower, and I don't blame them for it. EWolves, they will not be denied a spot in the regional qualifiers. At least that's what they're thinking right now. Smash still with the Lincoln Sphere. He's got it if they want to try to lasso him, but they should know that it's up there. Meanwhile, Batrider's nowhere to be found. He's in the jungle. He's getting an item. I'm not sure what. Four Stab's close, but not there yet. Smash will go back to the high ground. The Radiance Baron on the bear will actually help out a little bit. Use your Midas as well. Take out a creep, and now this tower is right for the taking. We'll drop down a medallion on the bear. That's not that big of a deal, however, unless they're really going in. They have a resummon, I believe, as well. That Rider jumping in, and they'll find the lasso, but there's the Viper Strike, and they have no crossbow. Great ultimate coming out from the CM. I was just kidding, it did nothing. But actually, it was the plasma field that did all the work for Tarahayama. I was wondering what was that massive amount of damage. He picks up a triple kill, but still, it's a 3 for 3, and the 2 cores that are really strong are still up and alive. Purification almost gets smashed, but he still has the Aegis, and he also has the time lapse. They'll grab another kill, and that's the gem on the deck. Big pickup, 4 down, 2 on tower, dead as well. And they'll continue on. It's, well, it looks like it's going to be Otsuka the only one that's alive. And no Sonic Wave to work with either. He's got Blink and Scream. Not sure that's the best idea, especially still has that Aegis. They're going to lose the tier 2 tower. This Demolish is just so damn good. Evo can even maybe threaten high ground here. Raiders is not up for 20 seconds. Just keep going. No, that's not going to be the case. So, very good gank. Very good team fight coming out of EWolves. And they get 2 towers. They get a couple of kills. And net worth now swings down to about 7,500 in their favor. So Smash continues to build towards its Desolator, unsurprisingly. Wow, who would have thought that a Weaver would build his Desolator? What an item choice, really. BKB done for the Quap. Didn't even know that he was building it. I saw the Ogre Club, actually. That's not true. I definitely saw it. So. And another 2-2 about to fall by the wayside here for Katara Hayama and his crew of infamous players. I think that's a pretty good name, by the way, considering who they are. They're infamously not going to be going to their Shanghai major qualifiers, however. At least if they lose this game. And it looks like that might be the case. Smash is owning, man. Smash has gone back to his roots. He's carrying this team on his back, along with him and Evo. And that was the good old deadly duo. Five-minute roast respawn time, so not maximum, I don't believe, but it's not the shortest one in the world either.
The middle tower is under attack.
Alright, you have 1,300 gold, you have Radiance. What else do you have? You have a gem that was picked up. You bought a Hyperstone for whatever it is that you're going to buy. Moonshard, not really. Assault Cuirass, maybe. And Maelstrom and Mjolnir. I don't want to say probably, because I think AC is very good. Especially in this game, armor reduction and having some extra armor as well is always a good thing to have. They still have that Aegis, at least for a moment. I think it actually just got reclaimed, so yeah. Another Mithril Hammer will be completed, and then Smash is only 300 away from his Desolator. And still, he actually picked up Treads too, which I think is very smart. So then you get to level 16, you have level 3 time lapse, you have an Aegis coming pretty soon as well. There's a lot you could do here for Elite Wolves. They're in a very good spot. I'm not making any bear puns, at least not any that I can think of off the top of my head. Hope you guys are alright with that. Is that a diffusal?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Against... Oh, right, the Omni Knight. The Omni Knight, yeah, right, of course. It's very confused for a moment until I realized what was on the other side. Hey, Jesus, I'm losing it. Last game of the day, it's what, 10 o'clock in the evening? 10:24? That's not even that late, really. Nonetheless, the Omni Knight will be grabbing... He'll be grabbing... nothing. He'll die. Desolator's done. The Diffusal is about to come out for the Viper, who now has the recipe. Actually just needs another Blade of Alacrity, and he's not too far off from that one. Diffusal, Desolator, they have just about everything they need to fight. Or maybe an AC on this bear, wherever it may be, which is down bottom, by the way. Good old split pushing bear, which is going AC, by the way. This smoke is going to end horribly. I have a pretty bad feeling about this if you're Infamous. And even if the smoke does end up poorly, I'm pretty sure you don't GG out just yet. You're not that far behind, but you're still pretty far behind, if you get what I'm saying. Triple War, they're thinking about going. Sentry's going to be placed down as well, vision-wise. Elite Wolves have no idea this is happening, but Smash will lead his way through. I decide not to. They're going to send the bear instead.
Radiant's top tower is under
And they know they're there now. It's time to leave, I think, if you are Team Infamous. And they're going to get out. Ooh, Ozin and Miracle up at the high ground. They actually TP'd away. One of them did anyways. The other one, aka Atun, is going to be up just farming their own jungle. That was a ballsy smoke gank, and the only thing they got out of it was an Observer Ward that got countered immediately. So that sucks. Sometimes these things happen, I guess. Do you go high ground here, or do you wait for AC? I think they wait for AC. They're not far off of it. Recipe is just 1,300, I think. Let me check. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, 1,300 plus the chain, which is 550, so it's like less than 1,000 gold away from the full Assault Cuirass being completed. Especially gets a kill on Miracle. Or Atu. He's got Blinking 1, he'll be fine. He's gone. What does Smash get next? I'm not even sure. You don't see often Weavers get this farmed in the game, really. He actually is ownage right now. He does so much damage. Roche is up in another minute. Minute and 10, roughly. First and Entangle, nice, sick. He's going to TP out and he'll make it away. There's the Diffusal Blade now coming out for the Viper, so Omni-Knight isn't useless, but a lot of his utility has actually been taken out now. They're going to have the Courier stay in here until the end of the game. Yeah, it does kind of feel like the TI3 meta again, doesn't it? There's a lot of Morphling, though, at TI3. I think everyone thought, okay, Weaver, Lone Druid were picked a lot for sure. But it was actually, no, it wasn't even, that was TI2 I'm thinking of. Morphling was TI2. TI3 was a lot of Alchemist. Alchemist, the Life Stealer. There was some Lone Druid because, of course, there was Admiral Bulldog. Weaver, not really as much. A lot of people are saying, like, this is Alliance's patch. I don't know if it is. I don't think split pushing is that strong. I think it's good, but I don't think it's that... It's not as good as it used to be, anyway. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I probably am, but that's how I feel about it, nonetheless. I'm just giving you my thoughts on the process. Diffusal Blade is up and ready to go for the Viper. Like I talked about already, I'm pretty sure I already mentioned that point. Almost a BKB for the Razor. Not sure how much this is going to help. There's a lot of right click here. Is it Entangle? Where's the bear? There it is. Yep, that's what I thought. Smash picks up a Reaver. This is going to be a heart. It's not going to be satanic, that's for damn sure. Someday they're going to change Desolator to not be a unique attack modifier. I don't know what that day will be, but it's not going to be today. Ooh, 6 smoke. Elite Wolves looking to go on the prowl. They actually just go into the pit, but they do see the bear. The bear went in the pit first. That's really bad. The bear went in the pit. They know you're in there. Right? Am I crazy? Maybe they didn't see the bear in the pit because they didn't have any vision. Well, they know now, very surely. Viper Strike will go onto the Razor. He has BKB. He might have to use it here. Static will fly. Good resummon. He doesn't get any damage. Has to pop the BKB without any damage. Now here comes the Guardian Angel. And Van's going to come in and defuse 1 or 2 of them. They're looking for Playmate. They're looking for Ozin. And Smash just goes to work. And now Katara must have hightailed out of there. But Atune does get the kill onto Ozin nonetheless. Or gets the kill rather onto the Undying. Nonetheless, it's still a 4-man wipe. And this will probably be the end of the game. You get the Aegis, you get the Roche, you go down one of these lanes, and you just win the game. And Elite Wolves right now are just a moment away from getting into the regional qualifiers and being able to play tomorrow up against Digital Chaos. They will not be denied. Team Infamous, not playing the best Dota I've ever seen, but still, they've done their best that they possibly could, I'm sure. Alright, here we go, up to the high ground. This is the push, baby. You've got a Silk Cross, you've got a Desolator. Look how fast this building dies with just a bearer and a goddamn bug hitting it. Flips is already going to have to get used. Plasma Fuel will fly. Smash has his time lapse if he needs it. Lincoln Sphere will get popped. Here's the lasso comes in. It's going to be on the Van Viper. He's actually getting pulled pretty far back. Beck will go, but he's in trouble. He's going to go down, but now, will they be able to hold off this assault coming through? They'll even buy back. They're corralling them into the well, and Austin and Brewer are getting just pushed back as far as possible. They're about to lose him. No, the time lapse away, and they'll go back to work on this Rax. The Flame Break will go. Hits only onto 2. Melee Rax down bottom will fall. Will they stay for the range Rax? The answer is yes. Crusader will fly. They've got the bucket as well. Look at that damage chunking down Outune on the Queen of Pain. They'll get another heart picked up for Smash. The regen will now be insane. He still has that Aegis, and he is not afraid of anything. Purification will fly. Does it 0. Van has already bought back and teamed back into the fray. He's got a Diffusal Blade 2 for God's sakes, and he can use it on a Repel whenever he needs to for all intents and purposes. There's the Viper Strike going in. Wow, that damage plus the diffuse coming through. The right click damage now. Jump in, Sonic Wave onto 2. They still have Mech at 13 if they can hold this off. The Static will fly. Crystal Nova, or rather Crystal Maiden going with the Freezing Field. Not really doing much there. Gets stopped with the Freezing Field, or rather Flame Break. Smash will go ahead and time lapse. Keeps up the Aegis. And that's going to be 2 sets of racks now down as Smash just chews through this Omni-Knight. Shallow Grave will keep him up and alive, but only for a moment it looks like. Purification actually doing a pretty good job there. But the problem is they can't kill Smash. They just can't get through him. This bear, Evo has stayed alive the entire time. They will go ahead and lasso Van back. This might be a dieback. They have nobody else doing damage to him. Slow-ass turn rate, but he's just going to, I guess, make room for the rest of the squad, and that's it. Mega Creeps will come out, and Elite Wolves are just about in. All they need to do is take these tier 4 down, maybe get a GG call, and that'll be it. Smash still does not want to die another time lapse, and they've killed 3. And there it is! Elite Wolves will be going to the qualifiers after making their run through the open. Not once, but twice. This time, no Team Mischief to face them, no Team Freedom to beat them in the grand finals. They'll go against their Peruvian brothers on Team Infamous, and they'll win handedly in Game 2 and 3. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. I will get the stream off immediately. We actually have What the Duck coming out next as well. And the beginning of Moonduck and Chill, our coverage of the regional qualifiers here on Moonduck TV. If you're in Dota TV, go ahead and check that out over at twitch.tv/MoonduckTV and give us a follow. A sub if you're feeling generous.